The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
And welcome to Putting the Pieces Back Together, brought to you by Purple Heart Homes. I'm Leah Gutierrez with Devil Dog Devin, your host for the show. You have been waiting all day to do that, haven't you? I have not let you do that since.
You haven't let me do that?
No.
Wow. What do you mean? Say oorah? I say oorah all the time.
Not on the show.
I yell it. Oorah! I'm going to break our microphone. Our producer's probably like over there, got his hands on the controls, bracing for impact every time I do that.
Yes, because it is really loud and annoying.
Yeah, well, you know, he can tell when I'm going to do that because I build up to it.
You do.
Yeah.
You know, like, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Speaking of building. Today.
Our guest is our favorite general contractor, Ricky Driver.
From Driver's Custom Homes. Is that right?
That's it. Yeah. That's right.
We like Ricky.
How the heck are you, Ricky?
Man, I'm great. Glad to be here. How about you guys?
Yeah, good.
I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling a little down. No, I'm just playing. I'm having a good day.
Yeah, man. Blessed. We're all blessed.
We are. And this weather, holy crap.
It's up and down. So, well,
enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, you know what they say. If you don't like the weather in North Carolina, wait a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, for those of our audience who don't know who you are, Ricky, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you from?
From Harmony, North Carolina, just about 20 minutes north of here. Grew up there, and just been there my entire life. Have a wife and two beautiful daughters. And that's about it, man. Just, we take care of the girls, watch them play ball, work, you know, that's about what our life consists of.
Well, I mean, it's not all your life consists of. You also run a construction business.
Right. Yeah. Well,
you've been in that your whole life, or?
No. You know, to be honest with you, I never really had an interest in building when I grew up. Kind of funny how I got into it. You know, I was off at school up at Mars Hill. I was up there playing football. My dad got sick. So I came home and I bugged a guy for a job that was a builder, and he didn't have any interest in giving me a job. So I don't know, I was probably home, I'm gonna say 4 or 5 months, and then one day he called and asked me if I wanted to work. So that's where.
So you didn't just like harass him every day until he gave you a job?
No, it wasn't every day, but it was often because I went to school with his son. His son was a year behind me, so I got to know him from high school. Yeah, it was work with him, and then he decided to go work for the county for health insurance, etc. So I went to work for a commercial building company after that, and then a friend that was at that same commercial building company left and started his own business. I'm gonna say probably 6 months after I was there, and then I'm gonna say another 6 to 8 months after that, he asked me if I wanted to come work with him. So I left the commercial building company and went to work for him. And then he had an opportunity to go work for a builder as a job superintendent. So he came in one day and said, "Hey, I'm gonna go work with this guy. Need to figure out what you want to do." So,
really?
Yep. So no education, didn't know what to do. So what I did was I started trimming houses out, which is what we were doing to begin with. Matt was nice enough to let me use his tools while I was working, and I was paying him a commission off of that. So every time I got a check, I'd go buy tools.
Oh, wow.
So in October of 2005 is whenever I went into business for myself, and then it just kind of
wow, you're almost
grew from there.
20 years.
Yep.
Wow.
20 years this year. Yep.
No kidding. Mm-hmm. Well, happy 20th anniversary.
Right.
That's a good catch. I couldn't do the math that fast, you know. I'm not very bright.
He's a
It's
Marine.
been a hard 20 years, but it's been rewarding.
Yeah.
You talk about rewarding. With all the extras that you do for people, that you're doing some pretty rewarding things. I know that we've worked with you at Purple Heart Homes for how many years now?
It's really probably been about a year where it's been really
Consistent. Yeah.
Yes, and a lot going on.
Has it only been a year? Because it seems like I see you over here every day doing something.
Well, you guys have a ton going on. So.
That we do. Well, there's a lot of veterans that have housing needs. So there's
Yes, it's been pretty much nonstop ever since John and I had a conversation one day. It might be just a hair over a year whenever he and I had a conversation.
Yeah, right. And how did that come about? What was that like? What was that conversation?
Well, it was we met, or not, we didn't meet, but we saw each other at the chiropractor.
Yeah, John needs that feller.
Yeah, we saw each other there, and you guys, it might be here in 4 months or something, because you guys were getting geared up for the military makeover here in Statesville.
Yep.
And he asked me if I'd be interested in getting involved with that, and then that's how it's really progressed from there.
Yeah, that's right. I think I saw you here just about every single day until that show kicked off, and that was quite the experience.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Very interesting, very different from what I'm used to.
And how's that?
Being a control freak like I am, as far as trying to make sure things go as scheduled in a certain order. You don't have that with military makeover, because so much has to get done in such a short amount of time. So it was stressful, but it was cool to be a part of it, and I think it actually helped me grow as a business owner and a builder, to see it play out in 7 days. I think that's what we had. It was 7 or 8 or 6 or 7. I think the 8th day was the reveal.
Yeah, it was 7 days. Yeah, 8th day was a reveal. I come over there one time, and I won't say which contractor it was, but one of the contractors was supposed to be there, and they weren't, and it was weather dependent, and you looked a little frustrated.
Well, it happens. It happens.
I mean, that's one of those things that I guess you have to deal with as a contractor dealing with the subs.
Yeah. It's a constant, you're constantly having to adapt to all kinds of stuff because of weather, scheduling, material not coming in, that sort of stuff. So it can be challenging.
I bet so. And then just coordinating everybody. But I know that folks are probably particularly interested in hearing about what it's like to be the GC on the military makeover show. We've only got about 30 seconds left before the break. When we come back, we'll have you go in a little more detail about that, and maybe did you meet any celebrities, all that kind of stuff, and we got to leave something for the audience to come see us after the break. And if you've missed any part of this broadcast, you can always go on YouTube and look up Purple Heart Homes. All of our shows are there, not just this one, all of them. Or go check us out at phhusa.org.
And welcome back to Putting the Pieces Back Together. I'm Leah Gutierrez with Devil Dog Devin.
That was so muted. Why are you being so...
I don't know. I don't like being this close to you.
Ow! You're elbowing me now. That's assault. I'm going to send this video directly to HR.
Please do. Hi. Tell them I said hi.
Oh, wow. Really? It's like that now. Gosh. So what y'all miss is that every time we go to a break, as soon as that clock hits 0, she does a frog face.
So I'm trying to hold my breath and not breathe until Joe unmutes the microphones.
I think you can breathe. It's okay. Breathing is
No,
acceptable.
I can't breathe? Oh, okay.
Joe says no breathing.
Yeah.
I breathe. I hum sometimes. I'm humming along with our theme music. It's a pretty good riff there.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
For people who may not know, that's actually written by oh my gosh, Quentin. I cannot remember your last name right now. I apologize. He's the lead guitarist for the Darius Rucker band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's he's a super nice guy and a very talented individual.
Well, I like it.
Yeah, he's
like
building them riffs, you know.
Yeah. Build them.
Yeah.
Speaking of building again.
Yeah. I'm not
Damn.
terrible.
I can never do that.
The segues today.
How do you do that like drum thing?
The rim shot?
Yeah.
The rim shot. Yeah.
But ma'am, no, I don't know.
Let's get back to our guest. Hey, hi, Ricky. Ricky is just sitting there like, what are these two idiots doing?
No, I see Ricky every Tuesday, so he knows.
She's probably a little more composed in your meetings, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does a great
Short,
job.
sweet, and to the point.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Got her stuff together.
Yeah.
But before we start talking about y'all's meetings and what you talk about, why don't we go back and revisit the military makeover thing? We were talking about that just before the break, right? So what was there anything that happened that was exciting on that set for you, or was it just kind of day to day, just get her done?
Well, I'd say the whole process was exciting, whether it was frustration or it was something getting done to help to complete the project.
I mean, you're condensing almost like months of work into like 6 days.
Yeah,
that would typically take.
It was pretty wild,
7.
but it was super cool to watch so many different companies and employees come together for a common cause and not really get frustrated with one another.
Yeah.
Because everyone knew they were there for a purpose and they knew that it wasn't the ordinary job, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that was really cool watching that. Even though it did get difficult at times, overall it was a really cool experience.
Like a sense of community there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I've heard that from a lot of folks on there, and I know that from somebody who had a lot less responsibility. Myself, I was there every day. I was talking to a lot of volunteers and subcontractors, and all of them kind of expressed the same thing that you did. But it really was a wonderful thing to be part of. But did you get to meet anybody fun or interesting on the set?
Well,
just on TV show.
Got to meet Jen Bertrand. Got to work with her, and
she's great.
Oh man, she's cool. She is really, really positive.
Very
just like oozes from her the positivity.
It does, and she likes to add stuff to the project. Like it doesn't matter if there's time to do it. Like it's got to get done.
Yeah.
So added some more stress, but she, you never saw her get concerned about timing, etc. I mean, she worked her butt off. She was there working late at night when everyone else was going home. Her and her sister. I mean, they got after it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just building 8 to 5. I mean, it's almost like a 24-hour process, the whole 6 days.
And we actually had
and
we actually had some subcontractors that came over there and worked late at night too, whenever everyone else was going home.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I mean, to give their time. I mean, it's already going over there, giving their time, but going above and beyond, coming out there late. I mean, and I know that you were there early and like one of the last people out every day as well.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I give you kudos on that. You spent a lot of time. How much time do you think you spent over there that week?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about it, to be honest with you.
You didn't. The boss didn't make you clock in and out.
No. Have a job, get her done. Just it's got to be done.
Yeah, I understand.
Got to meet Art.
Art Edmonds, yeah.
Got to speak with him a little bit. Didn't get to meet Montel. My daughter had a volleyball tournament the day of the reveal, so that was important for me to be there.
Oh, absolutely.
Them.
Right. Your family's very important to you.
Yep.
And I can appreciate that you were there for all the hard work, but then when it came time for the kudos, you're like, it's okay. I got family.
Yeah, I don't need the recognition, do the job and get done. Yeah.
That's one thing that's amazing about you is I see that over and over again. It wasn't just military makeover; it's constantly the things that you do for us and around here. I mean, you're always there to do the work, but you don't need the pat on the back. It's you got something else driving you.
Yeah.
Why do you do so much for us and for other folks like us?
I've always had a really soft spot for veterans. Even as a kid, there was just always something there that I appreciated. Even though I couldn't really grasp the idea of a veteran.
No, you're fine.
Appreciate you.
It's I get that feeling.
What a veteran is willing to give up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about that as a kid, and it's just continued to grow.
Well, thank you for doing what you do to really enrich their lives. It's while they serve their country, it's our job as a community to go back and take care of them. And you're leading that charge, Ricky. You're genuinely showing everyone that you do care about what they gave up for us. So thank you for that.
I mean, it's evident in every detail that you put forth. I mean, the Fred Rash house, monitoring that and making sure everything was good to go right before our mission complete, and made sure everything was good in the house. And you were out there almost every day making sure everything was done, that it was taken care of.
Yeah. That's part of the job, but it was rewarding that day, getting to see him and talk to him and see the smile on his face that was his.
Watch him walk inside. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're talking about Fred Rash, the veteran we just gifted a tiny home to.
You did.
Now that's also Rocky Lynn Rash. Some people may know him.
That was Rocky Lynn. Yep.
That was his adopted father. That man was a very good man. He Army veteran. He comes back home, and he had it in his heart to adopt somebody that was living in an orphanage, and that person turned out to be a great pillar of our community, and you showed him how much you care by for what he's done by working on that home. What was that experience like?
For lack of better words, it was just another super cool experience on knowing that a man that's been struggling in his later years, that is actually getting to come back and live there close to his son and daughter-in-law, to where he can have his own, he has his own place, but he's also got support there right beside of him.
Absolutely.
Because I think he's 93 now.
Yeah, he's in his 90s, and he can't see very well, but he surely got the quips.
Oh yeah,
he's still got the wits about him. He was definitely fun to talk to. But I know he appreciated genuinely all the work that you did for him. But
it's still tugging at my heartstrings.
I know, right? Gosh, that was a great day. That was a good mission complete. Have you been involved with a lot of those mission completes, or?
No, that was actually the first one.
Yeah,
really?
Yep. Yep, that was the first one, and we're getting ready to do some more tiny homes. So,
yep.
We got a lot more, but we got to save something for the next couple of segments. We're not going to talk about those yet.
I'm just excited.
I know. Well, there's a lot to be
We
excited
love
about. There's a
Ricky.
lot going on here at Purple Heart Homes, and Ricky is involved with a lot of that. But
Very much so.
Ricky, he helps by swinging a hammer and telling other people what to do that also know how to swing hammers.
Right.
But if that's not something that you can do, there is other ways to help. How is that?
Donate.
Right. Yeah.
Go to phhusa.org.
Absolutely, and join the Hearts of Honor Club.
Honor.
That's it's just like a Netflix subscription. Only you actually get something for your money. You get to know that a veteran is going to have a safe, secure place to call home. And hey, that's what it's all about. That's what we're doing here at Purple Heart Homes. That's what really this radio show is here, is just to make sure that we aren't leaving those people who serve behind. So go to phhusa.org so you can learn more about us. You've been listening to Putting the Pieces Back Together.
And welcome back to Putting the Pieces Back Together. For those of you that were not here 30 seconds ago, my throat gave a rumble or
What
something.
are you doing?
No.
How do you have so many problems in the break? Like, you're fine. And then we cut the break for the radio show.
Because my body behaves itself, and then at break it's like, oh, it's a break. Let's go at it.
I think we're going to have a talk with the VA. I'm going to have to have a conversation
Please,
with your
if
doctor. Be like, hey, look. Yeah.
It's a veteran thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the VA, so I'm sure they prescribed you a medication for that already, even if you didn't need it. For folks who are not familiar,
Cannot confirm nor deny those allegations.
yeah, the VA does like to give you as many pills as they can conceivably.
And ibuprofen.
Yeah. Motrin and water.
Mm-hmm.
Change your
socks.
Change your socks. Yeah. That's the cure for everything.
Yep.
Motrin and water, change your socks. Oh my gosh. That was more of what the military, what they did. The VA, they don't tell you to change your socks. Did they tell you to change your socks?
No. They just tell you to come back in 6 months.
Yeah. It's my main doctor told me that I should become a vegetarian, and I was like, what?
Why?
He wanted me to lose weight, and apparently my liver was a little fat. So I did the exact opposite. I went on the carnivore diet just to stick it to him, and I lost 37 pounds. And he's like, everything is looking good. He's
That's a nice impression.
yeah, he's got an any accent, but he is a great
just never
doctor,
heard-
except for always trying to convince me to be a vegetarian.
You're doing great, but your liver is fat.
Yeah, you're doing great. Your liver's
fat.
Anyways, hey,
It's not the Leah and Devin show.
it's not. We have a guest.
We do have a guest.
And that guest was going to talk to us about the tiny homes.
Tiny homes, yep.
Tiny home program, which you and him
Yes.
are working together every day.
Trying to.
Yeah. So what's that? First of all, how terrible is it to work with Leah? Once a week, you got to see her.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty awful experience. Nah.
Because I ask him questions.
Yeah. Nah, it's good.
make him involved.
It's good. She's always there to answer the phone and to help me if I need something.
What it's all about, though. I mean, it's about helping each other. I mean, you can't just be one-sided in this organization. I mean, you got to help everyone out.
Well, the whole organization here is great.
Yeah.
Seeing everyone work together, especially for a common goal. It's a really cool experience.
And I think that's what everyone has in their mind, is that we have this common goal where, some corporate places you work at, it's like, that's not my job. That's not my lane.
Yeah.
Go, no, I mean, if I have a question about something in finance or anything, I mean, they're all willing to just go above and beyond to help out, no matter if it's their job or not. I mean,
I would say, yeah, it's a pretty common thing here, is that most folks at PHH, there's, I've literally seen executives walking around the parking lot picking up trash.
oh yeah.
It's not It's not a normal place. And it's our kind of normal though. So, and I appreciate you recognizing that from an outside perspective, Ricky, that, cause you're not part of the organization in this sense that you're on the payroll, but you are here on a more regular basis than what most folks would. And so that observation from you means a lot. But all jokes aside, what are y'all doing in this tiny home meeting? I mean, what's going on? Why do you have to meet so often?
Well, I'll let her.
Oh, let me do it.
Yeah.
Oh, so we just meet to give the status of the builds, where they're at in their phases in the construction process, and then we work with Ricky so that way he has a timeline because he does the site preps where some of these houses are going. So he needs to know where we're at in the build process so he can space out his time to get the permits and correct me if that's correct. And then site preps so that way everything's jiving and nothing is kind of left hanging, sitting. So it's just an overview.
So you're on the tiny homes. We're doing the construction part here at PHH,
in our
Purple
warehouse.
Heart Homes. And then Ricky, you're in charge of setting that site up. What does setting the site up entail? I mean, like, is it just go out there and clear out a spot, or what is that?
Well, it's a lot of your typical stuff that you would on like a site built home, right? One right now that we're working on is the Veterans Farm of North Carolina down in Cameron, North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
We're supposed to be taking 5 tiny homes down there.
Holy smokes, 5 tiny homes?
Yep.
Yep, we got them done.
Mm-hmm. So that's been a process working with another county.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's been challenging, but it seems like maybe we're getting a little.
Well, because these homes that are going on someone's property, whereas some of the homes that may already have pre-existing foundations or may already have like a home that was there, and then now we're putting a tiny home. So like for him, I mean, you're having to do it from scratch from the site prep. Whereas when we went to, well, he didn't go to Mississippi, but when we took 2 homes to Mississippi, the foundation was already there. It was demoing the house and removing it to set it. And that's the other thing people don't understand. Like, even though we call them tiny homes, they are built and put on a foundation and they're tied down.
Yeah,
and
they're real houses.
They are real houses tied into sewer and water and everything.
It's not one of those like ones where they have like everything's kind of gimmicky. And I mean, I love those kind of places, but those are good for like vacation homes and travel. But these are houses that just happen to be smaller.
They are solid built modular homes.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, so you've seen this firsthand. You do real construction. You build houses. So I mean, would you say the quality of those homes are as good as what you're seeing out there in the construction world?
Absolutely. And you know, you have all of your big modular home companies, right?
Yeah.
I've seen the construction on some of those, and the construction here surpasses that.
I think that the reason too is our construction workers, like, we know these houses are going to a veteran.
Yeah.
Especially a veteran that, we typically do like World War II or Vietnam, which obviously they're getting older. So we try to keep that in mind when we're building these houses. And so I think the quality of work goes further because of who's getting it in the outcome. Whereas I think sometimes the modular homes on the distribution sector, I mean, it's just you're building and whoever gets it, gets it.
Yeah, you're trying to roll it out for a profit.
Whereas here, we're literally building for, someone in mind. And you just take a lot more patience and practice and detail.
You're more in control of quality control as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. The quality control here is really good. I mean, we went through those state certifications so that we didn't have to have it checked every step of the way, but we're still doing our own internal checks. But you go out there and you're prepping for those things, and so I guess you're like in charge of making sure septic and foundations and all those things go in.
Yep. All the site work, survey, clearing roads, septic, setting the house on the foundation, et cetera, until it's completely done where the veteran can move in.
Oh, that's awesome. I did HVAC before I started this, but the general contracting job, I always thought, oh, that's so easy. And as I've been working
so many
here,
moving pieces.
there is, yeah, you're playing Tetris for a living.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's change and adapt all
Especially
the time.
when you have multiple projects
Putting
going on at
pieces
one
together.
time.
Putting the pieces back together.
There you go.
Wow, look at man, he threw that in there. It's like,
I like it.
he's a professional now. He's
See?
gonna take our job.
That's fine. You can, Devin, anytime you need to take a break.
Wow, you're gonna sub me out for Ricky?
Yep.
I am devastated by this. I think I'm gonna have to take a little break so I can come to grips with being fired
Joe, you
by
got
Leah.
those tissues?
It's
Okay.
you've been listening to Putting the Pieces Back Together.
Welcome back to Putting the Pieces Back Together. As you can see, I have replaced the co-host with Ricky Driver because Devin was getting on my nerves.
That's messed up. Why am I
you're
over
still
here?
here. Oh, sorry.
I'm in this hot seat. Ricky, what are you doing?
What I'm told.
Isn't the couch comfy?
Yes.
A lot more comfy. Sit back and relax. You do not look comfortable at all.
You don't look comfortable.
Good.
Yeah.
That's just me, probably.
Oh, it's I'm not kidding. This seat, like they talk about the hot seat, this seat is actually physically warm. Were you warm over here?
I guess so, man.
You're just like a go with the flow kind of guy, aren't
He
you,
is.
Ricky? Yep. Should we switch back? Would that make things easier?
Probably
Joe,
easier on
the
Joe's.
producer wants us to switch back. Excuse me.
Well, because you're like yelling in the microphone for him. I mean, that was the whole point of having mic checks, so that way he can equalize the sound.
So poor Joe over there, our producer, is.
He's like my ears.
I was using Ricky's microphone. He's like
A little softer spoken.
yeah. Was that speak softly, carry a big stick? That's a Teddy Roosevelt quote, right? Yeah. Anyways,
Can you do crickets? Like that cricket sound right
we're gonna
there?
add crickets.
Sure.
Ricky's that kind of guy. I'm more like just yell
your
at-
face.
Yeah, I guess so. So
I mean, not like that. I mean, you're just a lot more boisterous and
yeah, boisterous. That's right. Yeah.
yeah, entertaining.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you talk. I
So
can't
before
even.
the break, we were talking about the tiny homes and the things that Ricky is helping with. But now you have another project, two other projects aside from the tiny homes that you are working with Purple Heart Homes.
Yep.
What are those?
We have a house in Albemarle and a house in Denver.
Like brand new builds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, from the ground up. And those are difficult. Just not that the house is difficult, that the lots make them a little more challenging.
We probably got these lots donated to PHS.
Yeah.
Yo,
Right?
the one in Albemarle was probably at one time like a rock quarry. I mean, the amount of rocks and boulders that are coming out of that property. I mean, it wasn't, but it's just a lot of. And then the one in Denver, if I'm not mistaken, is like
Yes, teeny
narrow, teeny tiny.
So they're lots that maybe traditionally people may not have been as desirable, and so they're like, maybe PHH could do something with
Right.
them, and and you're making them work for us.
Yep.
So hey, thank you to those folks out there that
Yes.
donated the land so we could make that happen. Ricky is making the best use of your gift right now.
Absolutely.
So, what kind of challenges are you facing doing these builds from the ground up in less than perfect terrain?
Like in Albemarle, as Leah brought up, it's really rocky over there. So, digging footings, we're digging out boulders.
When I say boulders, I mean like 6 foot by like 8 foot. Like,
Are you
huge.
serious?
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
there.
we dug one out of the existing driveway that you didn't know was a huge rock because it barely came above the the top of the driveway, but it ended up being the size of my Equinox.
Yeah. It's not lying.
Oh my gosh! So you're pulling out boulders the size of SUVs.
Yes.
Oh my lord!
Yep.
Yeah. That's a challenge.
Yeah, and then we're trying to get most of the rocks there that we've dug out from cutting grade, et cetera, over here. So you guys, John has an idea to use those rocks here for something.
So wait a second. We're not just digging the rocks out and getting rid of them. We're going to recycle them and
Yes.
reuse them.
Yep.
Yep.
John
You're
has it.
kidding me.
I can't
He's got
divulge. But
he's got a vision
ideas.
for everything.
He does.
Yeah, he has ideas, man.
Yep.
He does. Yeah. Well, the one idea about putting
put me on was a
Oh, wow.
great idea. It's like Tony
really.
the Tiger.
You know what? Let's get back to something.
Great.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't know about that. So you've got the one in Albemarle, you got the one in Denver. These are not tiny homes.
Correct.
No.
Yep.
Are the plans the same? Are they differing?
No,
or-
they're different. We took a plan that we already have and we modified it just a little bit.
Okay.
To help fit the lot better.
right. Yeah, because you said one was more narrow, one had some terrain issues.
And then the other, it's a completely new design.
Okay.
Yeah, to try to make it work for that lot as well.
Well, that's awesome. That's great. You talked about having to be adaptable as a GC, and I guess that's what you're doing there.
Yep. That one in Denver, the lot's small, and we had a soil scientist to help us design a septic for it to get a home on that site.
Yeah, there's a
for
lot that
better.
goes into
Soil scientist?
Yes.
We actually use soil scientists on both of them.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it perks and it's good soil.
What does it mean to perk? Does anybody know? I don't. I hear that term.
Yeah, bring
It's
water.
the water percolating.
Kind of like you think about like a coffee pot, those old coffee pots, like the water coming up to the top. So you got to be able to pressure bring the water up the well.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's about the well. Okay. Well, gosh, I don't know.
Well, the perk test is not for the well; it's for the septic system.
For the septic.
Yes.
Oh, to see if that water, if it's gonna come back up.
Yeah, because there's different kinds of soil, so it takes different kinds of septic systems to be able to handle the waste that the people in the homes producing.
Oh, we
No
learned something
kidding.
new.
Wow, look at that. Yeah. Well, so we've got about 5 minutes left in the show. You've done the military makeover with us. You're involved with all these tiny homes. You're now building houses from the ground up for
us.
Purple Heart Homes. Why are you doing all this? Why do you help Purple Heart Homes? I know you mentioned the veterans, but you said there's another driving force behind.
My faith. As a kid, my brother and I, we were lucky enough to have farmers come and pick us up every week for church. I wouldn't say every week, but pretty often. If this farmer couldn't do it, another one. And there was probably 5 farmers that would try to make sure they came and picked us up.
That's awesome.
Really?
And took us to work. My parents didn't go to church. They're believers, but they just weren't church going people. So learning that and then getting older and actually really starting to understand what faith in Jesus Christ is about, and what he did for us and how happy you can be by helping other people. And I've always had a giving heart, and that's from my parents. They've always been giving people. But just seeing the joy on somebody else's face because you do something nice for them it's a reward that you can't, replace.
That's very well said. I know that so many times I've been out there on a build or like a ramp build or at a mission complete and you get to speak to a veteran. You get to see them use a wheelchair ramp for the first time, and folks that we've had volunteer come out. And I mean, it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, if you're a banker or a construction worker or an IT guy. When you get to see that you've changed somebody's life, man, that's a powerful feeling.
Oh, absolutely. Never goes away.
Yeah. And, just one more time, if you want to be part of that, there's many ways to help with our mission at Purple Heart Homes by going to phhusa.org.
You can also go to the volunteer portion and you can enter your name. And when the project comes up and it's something you're interested in, we can call you up and you can come help out.
Absolutely. And we're doing this not just locally in North Carolina where we're at. Remember, I think we've helped veterans in 46 states in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
So
we need North Dakota. We need Idaho.
I thought we got Idaho recently.
No,
we got Iowa recently.
Iowa.
Yeah. And it's not, we don't want to help these veterans.
We just don't have any names out there. So
Yeah,
if you know someone in Idaho or North Dakota, I might have to make some calls for North Dakota.
Oh, yeah. North Dakota,
North Dakota, don't you know?
Yeah. So Ricky, we got about 2 minutes left. Is there anything else that you want to make sure that you hit on, or is there anything that you want to say that we didn't cover?
I'm sure there is, but the only thing I can think of now is if you have a giving heart and want to help someone, PHH is a great organization to donate to, and know that your money or time is going to be well used. Your resources. You guys do a ton of great things for great people. And I know it's appreciated by those veterans
And their families.
Absolutely. And I'm very thankful and honored that I get to be a part of it.
We're glad to have you. We are.
Absolutely. Yeah, Ricky, I just can't thank you enough for all you've done for Purple Heart Homes, and you continuing to work and be of service to us, and
Makes my job easier.
oh yeah, well, you know what? I don't know if I like that part, but
Because some of us do work for a living.
I work.
I know.
Well,
I booked this great guest
You
today.
did.
I did.
You do put a lot of effort into
well, we're
the
all
show.
supposed to be, cohesive and
That's
make
right.
each other's jobs.
Oh, she's warehouse people. Ugh.
So you do put a lot of work into making this show, and do give you kudos for that.
Oh, well, thank you. And that's all the time we have for the day, because we're going to end on Leah's compliment.